Yeah. All right. Come have a seat. Oh. And sit up tall. Take a breath. Count your blessings. When we remember that life has a finite amount of days, we start to really appreciate things. You know, Janine's been through some stuff, physical stuff this year. I'm sure we've all been through the pandemic, and we realize how precious so many more things are. That's really one of the gifts of it. But what are you grateful for? Close your eyes. And when you connect with that sense of gratitude, notice how it lifts the body. In other words, it lifts your emotional spirits. And you have that lift within you all the time. You don't have to ever stay in what we call a tamasic state. You don't have to stay feeling low. You have to remember that when you feel low, it's because your unconscious is feeding a thought that's feeding that emotionality. So you come back to remember, I only have so many days. What am I going to do with it? Right? As you deepen your breath, you know how to lengthen the sides of your body long, expand from the center of your chest out so that you feel the scapula hug your spine and go down your back. And then you can feel as your exhale is a little bit longer than your inhale, your nervous system start to quiet down, start to calm. See if you can close off the back of your throat so you can get that little aspirin sound in your ear. And slowly open your eyes. Inhale, circle your arms up, gathering all that light around you. And exhale, flip your palms away from each other, outer arm bones back, and then press it all the way back down so you're getting right into your back. The back muscles, the ones that I'm really concerned about the most. Inhale up, because that's what gets lazy first. Flip your palms, outer elbows back, and then press it down. Notice how it feels in your back. Moving with your breath, no rush. Flip, elbows back, all the way back down. So you're already engaging also your biceps. Flip up. We have a great tricep today. Flip, elbows back, and down. One more time, inhale. Feel the breath. Fill yourself up like you're filling up this very sweet container with breath, and all the way back down. Now with your shoulder blades down your back, take your right hand to the floor, reach all the way over to your right, and you might move your hand away from you or closer, doesn't matter, and see if you can bend your right elbow towards the earth as your left hip stays grounded. You're going to feel lots of lengthening in the left side of your body, and then inhale up. And then exhale a little deeper. So now your forearm's going to come a little closer and then into the earth. And inhale up. And find a nice slow rhythm. I'm going to slow you down because we tend to want things to be over, especially when it's effortful. So let's just stay with it. Let's look at it. 2 more times just like that. Last one. And use your core to come all the way back to center. Take your hands to your lap and just notice, maybe even with your eyes closed, how the left shoulder is higher than your right. It's amazing every single time. So now let's take your left hand to the floor beside you. You're neither forward nor back. Lift your right arm up. Find the right place for your left hand because you're going to keep it grounded there. So move it forward or back. And then inhale. Exhale, the right outer hip reaches to the earth, stays grounded. And inhale. And every one of those muscles in between every rib, gets lengthened, which lengthens that side of your spine. Exhale 2 more times. Take your elbow a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And all the way to center. Now you can have side bodies long, twist to your right. Take your left hand to your right knee, get a nice twist. Keep your right shoulder back. And now I want you to look over your left shoulder. Just nice stretch here. Good. And inhale back to center. And make your way the other way. Looking over your left shoulder. So you want to set it up first, and then look over your right shoulder. You can even tip your chin down just a little bit. Yeah. And inhale back to center. Now I want you to tip the top of your pelvis forward. Just let's get into the hip flexors just a little bit in your core. And then inhale, press the thigh bones down, come all the way up. Exhale, belly back, the front of the hip flexors, and all the way back up. So you get a nice little stretch of your low back too while you're here. 2 more times, just like that. Get into your belly. Inhale up. Last time. Notice if you have a tendency to want to rush through it, and just smile at that and say, it doesn't help. Right? And release, and make your way to table pose, hands and knees. Let every pose involve your core. So you want to set up very carefully your hands beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips, and make your way into a cat and cow. Inhale. Exhale. Find your breath here. Exhale. Now we are going to get into our glutes here, just because I know Linda likes to do that, and I think it's always a good idea. So make your way into a neutral spine, and you're going to lift your right knee up as if you're flexing your ankle as if you're lifting something up, getting right into the right glute, and lower. And exhale, belly back, inhale back. Exhale, inhale. Make sure you're not dumping your head. Your gaze is slightly forward, and you're keeping the core engaged, even your low ribs drawn back. But you're moving with the breath, no rush. Maybe even a little gratitude for your right glute that it's there. You would not be able to move without it, right? Good. I'm going to do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one. And now we're just going to do little pulses, little exhales, little tiny movements until you feel a real nice heat in the right glute. 5, 4, slow, 3, 2, last one, and release. And take some hip circles here. Noticing how you can breathe really deep. And then hip circle the other way, nice big movement. Good. Then make your way back to table. And step your right foot out to the right, bending your right knee, and you're going to take your toes out to the right. Walk your hands back, take your hands to your hips. Now you're going to take the right thigh bone back and the right ribs forward, so you're going to start to engage those lats here, those lateral, those obliques. And then you're going to come deep into the right shin and come all the way back. Keep that engagement in your core. Remember, every pose has our core engaged. Let's just loosen up the hips. Inhale and exhale. Good. Yeah. 3, You don't have to do too many of these. 2. Good. Last one, all the way into it. And back. Now you're going to take your heel in front of you. You can take your hands to the floor or to blocks. So I want you to feel really supported here. And we're going to wake up the back of the right leg. So flex your front right ankle, taking the right outer hip back and drawing the belly back. Really draw your belly back. Then you're going to step into your right foot and take the right shin forward. Oh, yeah. And inhale back. So we get right into things because we have, you know, a program today for our upper bodies. But we don't ignore our hips and our lower body. Good, okay. Exhale into it. You can even take your right foot and left knee and hug them toward each other as if they're stuck. Let's take 2 more. You can keep doing that. Oh, yeah. And then you get that little extra muscular energy that will really warm up your fascia. Good. Good. Now step into your right foot. Take your hands to your blocks or to the floor and make your way into a lunge. And lift and lower your hips. Good. Let's get into the left inner thigh. So you're going to lower your left knee toward the earth. That's the exhale. And then you're going to inhale, extend the whole left inner thigh from the upper thigh right to the ankle, like you're lengthening your leg from the inside. Okay? Exhale. Good. Really get into that inner thigh. Notice how that muscle is not used that much. I guess, especially if you spend an entire day sitting and reading. Lower and extend. Lower. And you should feel a fire in there happening pretty quick. So we're going to do 8 more. Now, if it's too much, please take a break. 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Really slow. 2. That's the key here, really. 1. Extend. Now, staying on the tiptoes of your back foot, you're going to walk your hands back or your blocks back and lengthen both legs long, but you're still on the tiptoes of your back left foot. And now I want you to flex your front right ankle. And I'm drawing the energy, so you're going to press your heel down, but lift the energy as if you're putting stockings on, and they're lifting your hips right into the core and the pelvic floor. Good. Now you're going to step into your right foot and make your way to that lunge. And inhale all the way back. Flex the right ankle. Take the whole movement. And exhale. Good. And inhale. Oh, yeah. And exhale. 2 more. And how slow can you go? Oh, yeah. Now step into your right foot, shorten and widen your stance. So I want you to really get your feet grounded and feel really steady as you press your feet down and come all the way up. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, take the right outer hip back, lift your heart, and you're going to start to dip forward from the top of the pelvis. So again, getting into the hip flexors. You can even lift your arms up off your back. Close your eyes if you can. Take your belly back and breathe into it. See if you can release your head even. Yeah, this is not easy. Yeah. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Soften your right knee as you come into a standing split. Now, especially here, I want you to really release your head and shake your head yes and no. Lift the belly up. Good. Exhale, step your left foot beside your right, forward fold. Inhale, press your feet down and circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center and release. So I want to get our shoulders back first, as I always do. Take a lighter weight. So I'm going to take a 5, but you might take 2 or 1 or none. Remember how to grab your weights carefully. You take the weight to your body with your knees soft, your belly engaged, and then you come up. You're going to take your right elbow back with your shoulder blades down your back and the scapula hugging together. So I'm having my right hand. Now notice how your elbow might drag down. Your elbow's up and back. You're poking somebody with your elbow behind you, okay? Keep that, that's where I want you to come back to, okay? Then as you exhale, you're gonna reach across your body and then inhale back. And exhale. And inhale. Good, exhale. Inhale. Good. Inhale. So when you have the weights in your hand, you can always exhale through your mouth. But we're still doing it in a very slow, measured way. And notice how your core gets involved here. So you can take your hips back and then you squeeze the belly and the hips and your bum. Good. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, last one. And release, change hands. I want you just to notice how your right shoulder is back and down your back. You can feel the right side of your body is more open. Yeah? Let's do it to the left. Is your elbow dumped down or is it back? And your shoulder blades are down your back, right? That's the inhale. Exhale, bum back. Squeeze your belly and your glutes, but the elbow stays up. So you have to really be present. When you inhale up, the elbow's up. Good. Exhale. Very slow. Where do you feel it? The shoulders are hugging together. Yeah. Inhale. You can feel a bigger inhale because your heart and lungs have more space to move. And so your body says, oh, maybe I don't have to be in such a state of anxiety, a fight or flight. 5, 4, 3, good, 2, last one. All the way back and release. Soften your knees, release the weight. And just take some hip circles here. Let's just make sure everything's feeling nice and loose. Because now we're going to go right and left as we do. So you can keep your feet hip width apart, or you can take your left foot behind you and make your way into your curtsy, okay? From here, we're gonna do biceps. I know it's not very creative, but it's the best thing. So I'm gonna get a little heavier weights now. I'm gonna soften my knees, take my weights to my body, and come up. We're never gonna do anything mindless. This time I want you to take your palms forward, shoulder blades down your back. Now remember, you can keep your feet hip width apart, or take your left foot behind your right and find that little curtsy, remembering to keep the belly engaged. Ready? And as you come down, you're going to lift the whole movement. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale, slow. Slowish. Yeah, exhale. So you can really register every movement. Yeah. Imagine nice strong biceps. It's a good thing, yeah? Squeeze. All right, now we're going to come to the last 8 of the full set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, Now we're going to come halfway. Remember that one, guys? Halfway. So the muscles stay engaged. And just little pulses up. Little pulses. Little. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, and release. And just shake it out. Shake it out. Now this is my new toy. I love it. And you might want a little less lightweight. Let me show it to you first. Your feet are hip width apart. Your knees are soft. I want everyone to soften your knees right now because I don't want any of this, okay? Any of straight legs, soft. And what we're going to do is take the weights in front of us. You're going to draw your belly back. You're going to come forward. You're going to take your palms forward, open it up into a fly, come back. Then you're going to take your palms forward and come up and lift them up. Good. So it's chest and back, but it's also core. So let's try this again. Ready? Soft knees, palms forward. Fly. Palms back, up, and lift. Good. Palms forward, out, back, lift, zip. Soften your knees forward. Palms forward. Come up and zip. Forward. Good. Soften your knees, open it up, because we have to get that, your back muscles. And this gets a whole complement of back muscles. It also gets into your core, right? Lift. Fly. And lift. So once you get into the pattern of it, you can really feel it. And lift. 6. Good. 5. Oh, you can feel the core. 4. Don't fast. You can take a break if you need a break. 3, 2. Last one. Oh, all the way back to standing. Let's release our weights, fold forward, release our weights. And let's just take a little movement in our core. So I want you to come onto your tiptoes. If you can, soften your knees and just kind of move your hips around. Let's just, isn't that cool, guys? And all the way back. Other way. And shake out your head. We'll do that later. We're going to do biceps to the left. You might want lighter weights now. So you decide as you soften your knees, grab your weights to your body. Step into your left foot. Either keep your feet hip width apart, remember, or you step into your left foot, taking your right foot behind you. This time, you're going to roll your palms out. Shoulder blades down your back. Heart is open. You feel like a warrior, right? And as you bend your knees, you're going to lift the whole biceps. Yeah, step. Yeah. Ready? Oh, Beth got flipped out, so I'm going to get her in. Continue. Good. Ready? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now halfway. Little ones, little ones. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And release. Bring your feet hip width apart. Shoulder blades are down your back. Now with nice long legs, start to fold forward and release your weights wide of your mat. Come into a nice forward fold. You can even shake your booty. Check out your breath. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank with either your knees up or down. Does not matter, right? Your shoulder blades are hugged together and they're down your back. Ooh, and nice strong biceps help. Lift your belly. Now I want you to take your knees to the floor. Press your knees down and take your bum back just a bit. Then you're going to walk your hands back about 3 inches. And you're going to slide your chest to the floor so your bum stays lifted. So your shoulder blades are hugged together, your belly's lifted. Now you're going to slide your chest forward and lift it up. Inhale. So you can even come to an up dog. Oh, yeah. Exhale. Down dog. Lovely. And walk your dog. I don't know about you, but I feel stronger already. Okay. Take another breath and then lower your knees back to the floor and set up your table very mindfully. So your knees are beneath your hips. And then you're going to lift your left knee up at 90 degrees, squeezing the left glute and lower. And squeeze and lower. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good. 8, 7. Exhale. Slow. 5. Keep your arms long. Make sure your gaze is forward. You're not dumping your head. It's so easy to do. 5. I don't know. I lost count. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Take those little pulses up, making sure your belly's nice and engaged. Now, I don't want you to look up either. I want you to look forward so that your neck is nice and long out of your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. And release. Why don't we come into a child pose? Widen your knees wide. Take your big toes together. And just reach your hips back and a nice stretch in your back. And while we're here, we're going to stretch the sides of your body. So with your breath, you're going to walk your hands to the right. Your whole torso is going to reach to the right, but keep your left hip back. You're going to take your left hand on top of your right. Yeah. And you're going to press your hands forward as the left hip draws back, and you're going to get a huge stretch in the fascia of the whole lateral left side of your body. Yeah. Breathe it, maybe a little grateful for it. Wow, right? And then walk your way back through center. Other way, walk your hands to your left. You'll get a nice stretch. And then now you're going to take your right hand on top of the left. Press your hands down and forward, the right outer hip back, release your head. And breathe into that whole right side of your body, right into the back side. Yeah. And back to center. And back to table. As you step your left foot out to the left, pivoting your left toes out, walk your hands back and come all the way up. Left ribs forward, left thigh bone back, as if it's a corkscrew, right? And then you're going to come deep into your left hip and inhale. Now you can play with your left foot. If you want to take your left foot further away, feel free to do so. If you want to bring it closer, you know what to do. If you've been partying all weekend at your reunion, you might want to bring your foot a little closer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice, Linda. Beautiful, Lori. Yeah. 2 more times. Moving with the breath. Good. Lovely. Now come back to center, and you're going to extend your left leg in front of you, your left foot in front of you, and you're going to press your left heel to the floor, flexing your left ankle, and take the left outer hip back. So you're already feeling it in the whole back side of the left leg, right? Flex your ankle, press it down. And then you're going to step into your left foot and take your left shin forward. And remember, when you come to the end of it, if your foot foot and your knee want to hug to the midline, you'll get a little bit more into the pelvic floor. And play with it. Inhale. Oh, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Last one. Exhale. You guys want to take one more? Let's take one more because it feels so good. Inhale, flex. Really register every whole depth of the movement. And now come back to center. Now you're going to have to step your left foot under your left ankle, your left knee, so that your left shin is perpendicular. You can take your hands to blocks here and make your way into a lunge, this time lifting up your right knee. Okay? If your back is rounded, please put your hands on blocks. Now you're going to lower your back right knee toward the floor, and then you're going to fire up the right inner thigh, extending the right inner thigh long, long, longer. Exhale. So remember, if you're not exhaling, it means you're inhaling. Lower and extend and lower. Good. You should get a nice little fire in that muscle pretty quick. 8, 7. Keep your belly, make it core work too. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now you're going to stay on the tiptoes of the back right foot, but you're going to walk your hands back and flex your front left ankle. And I want you to imagine my hands are on your pelvis, your hips, and I'm lifting you up. I'm lifting it up. Come on, lift it up. And then you're going to step into your left foot and come to that lunge. Inhale, I'm lifting you up. Now you're lifting yourself up. And then exhale to the lunge. 2 more times. The full effort. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. Oh, yeah. And exhale. Good. Now I want you to shorten and widen your stance. Really get your feet grounded. Press them down. Walk your hands back. Inhale. Press your feet down to circle your arms all the way up. Take your hands behind your back and lace your fingers and lift your heart. Left hip back. And now you're going to start to dip. Dip, dip. Right into that hip flexor. Keep your feet grounded, your belly lifted, and release your head and neck. You know, if you can close your eyes, that's great. I know I can't hear so much, but that's okay. You just see where you go. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Stepping into your left foot, you're going to lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, step your right foot beside your left, forward fold. Good, get really deep into those hip flexors. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center and release. Good. Take a few breaths here. So I want to do that forward chest stuff, chest and back. So you decide what kind of weight you want. I'm going to do a moderate weight for me. So for me, those are 8s. I'm going to softly soften my knees, carefully lift the weights. Good. Keep your feet just wider than hip width apart. And there's a softness in the knees. Check that out. Good. Now, as you tip from the top of the pelvis, you're going to take your weights and face them toward each other. Open them up to a fly. Come back. Flip the palms back. Come all the way up and zip it up. Got it? Okay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Slow. So you can really register where you feel it. This gets into the core, your back, your chest. I want to hear your breathing. And if I see you going too fast, I'm going to invite you to slow down a little bit so you can really register every breath. Make sure your knees are soft. When you fold forward, and we're going to start to count 6, 5, 4. You can really feel your core. 3, 2, and last one. Oh yeah. And release. Soften your knees, fold forward, release your weights, and come all the way up. I want you to roll your shoulders down, your back, and just kind of release it all. Good. Release your hips. Yeah. So now we're going to do a standing series. So we're going to start with Utkatasana. Shins forward, bum back. Inhale, circle your arms up, keep your hips back. Good. Bring your palms together, twist to your right, keeping the left hip back, the left knee in line with the right. And you can also take your left elbow and just open it up, however you choose. Breathe into it, no rush. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale the other way. But now the right hip stays back. You really open it up. You're exploring something. You've seen it before, right? And then back to Utkatasana. Inhale, circle your arms up, all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, back to plank, or you can come right to down dog if you like. You can lower all the way onto your body, walking your hands back. I like to come into a cobra really carefully. Good. Shoulder blades down your back. And right into down dog. All right. And walk your dog. Roll your inner arms forward. Take your hips back. See if you can take your heels toward the floor. But check out your breath. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee and open the right hip. Good. Extend your right leg all the way back. Now, if you want to come onto the tiptoes of the left foot, you get a little bit more space. And then you're going to step your right foot forward, preparing for warrior one. Now, we're going to use weights here, but I want you to take your hands to your right thigh bone and come all the way up. Make sure you're steady. Steady Freddies, right? So your right outer hip is back. The left inner thigh is fired up. Your spine is long. You're breathing, right? Now you're going to take weights. This is what we're going to do. This is for triceps and chest. But we're going to take our weights. I don't know, these might be too much. And take the weights with our palms up. Watch me first, guys. You're going to pull the elbows back, so it's going to get into the shoulders, but then we're going to get into our triceps and pull it back. So notice when we do triceps, the elbow stays back, right? And then we're going to offer it forward with your palms up. Ready? Guys, ready? Okay, come to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, when you have weights in your hands, you know you can exhale through your mouth, and I recommend it. Elbow back, elbows back. Whenever my palms are up like this, it just feels to me like an offering. So we're going to do 8 more. Ready? 8, 7. Notice your core. You got to have a nice strong core. 5. 'If you count with me, You'll be breathing. Okay, 2 more. 2. And last 1. And release. Release your weights on either side of your mat and make your way right into a warrior 2 on the right. Good. Warrior 2 on the right. Right thigh bone is out. Left shoulder is back. And I just want you to lower and lift. Extend your arms up and lower and lift. And lower, lift. Good. Lower, lift. Come right into warrior 2. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, lift your heart. And now you're going to softly tip forward, getting a nice stretch. Your inner thighs, roll your inner thigh bones back, down and back, and take your arms up, get a nice stretch in your shoulders, because that's where we're going. And you're going to come all the way back up, warrior 2. Now pivot your feet parallel, and take your heels in and bend your knees. Oh yeah, I was hoping to get into this. Now, this you might want a little bit lighter weight. You'll decide. I'm going to take a little bit lighter weight. I'm going to take my 5s. I don't know. Take your weights to your body, and this is what we're going to do. So lighter weight for sure. So while we're here, take your weights to your thigh bones and come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Just see if you can just exhale into it. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take your right heel to the floor, lift the left. Exhale. Exhale. Good. 3. This releases your hip. 4. Good. Now this is what we're going to do. It's a military press, but this is kind of a lighter weight. And you're going to come up with the weights, come back, but now you're going to come into the pecs, squeezing your upper arms, forearms, their elbows together, and then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So I want you to feel that squeeze in the shoulders when you're up, and the squeeze in the chest. Good. You don't need a heavy or real heavy weight here, guys, because I don't want any injuries. You can feel the muscles get all fired up and heat, cooking them. You don't want to have big muscles either, I don't think. You know what? We're scary enough to the world. Okay. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Oh yeah. And release your weights. Come back onto your right foot, back to warrior 2 feet on the right. Lean forward, release your weights, and then you're going to make your way into a lunge with your left foot behind you and lower your back left knee. Good. Now, with your right foot, you're going to tip the right outer thigh bone out to the right. Maybe you'll come onto the pinky side edge of your right foot. Let's just get a nice hip stretch here. Soften your elbows. You can come onto your forearms if you like. Just get a nice stretch. Close your eyes and notice your breath. And then all the way back up. And believe it or not, I want to do another bicep. But we're just going to do our right bicep. So you might, again, a more heavier weight is appropriate for your right bicep. So I'm going to go back to my 8s. Take your right elbow inside the right thigh. It's not on top. It is inside. And you're going to use that for leverage.
And again, you're going to lower and lift. But notice how when you're really working just one side of your body, exhale to squeeze it. You're really focusing. Yeah, and if you're moving your body, you're not getting into the, you're taking it out of the bicep, right? Yes, squeeze heavy weight. You might even want a heavier weight. And if you do, go get a heavier weight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, yeah, 3, 2, yeah, that's it. Now again, halfway. So it's almost like doing, it's like doing 2 sets every time we do a set. 8, 7, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, squeeze it and release it. It's literally the last one. Okay, now I want you to come to sitting on your heels if it's available, or you sit on a block or a blanket, or you can stand on your knees, whatever feels right for you. Sit up tall, close your eyes and feel the sensations in your body. Close your eyes and come back to the Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale through your nose. Making sure we keep a nice calm nervous system. Oh boy, okay. And then make your way back to table. And into down dog. Good, belly back. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. And then step your left foot forward, preparing for warrior one. And I want you to come up into your warrior one so you're nice and steady because you know where we're going. But I want you to feel your feet grounded, your shoulder blades down your back, your spine long. Good. Now you're going to lean forward and grab your weights. Soft knees, taking them to your body. Palms forward like an offering, remember? And then into the triceps. So you're going to offer forward, elbows back, and then tries, right? Exhale back. Inhale in. Exhale forward. Shoulders down your back and hug together. Make sure they're really engaged. And we have the extra beauty here of gravity to assist. And let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, slow, 2 more, the slowest ones yet, last one, oh yeah, and release your weights, and make your way into warrior two. Maybe make sure you know where your weights are in relation to your toes, and come into warrior two. Good. Come into it a little deeper. Right shoulder reaches back, left thigh bone draws back. Take your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale and dip. Let's get a nice stretch. Good. Inner thigh bones roll back. Your arms come up over your head. You release your head and your neck. And inhale all the way back up to center. Take your feet to parallel. Your heels in. And come deep. You're in goddess, right? We're going to do our last set of shoulder press and pecs. So maybe you want a little heavier weight than you used before. I think I'm gonna go a little heavier. You might want lighter, you might want none. None is super cool too. I'm telling you guys, the fact that you're here lifting weights at all is so beneficial. So let's give it a go. Ready? So it's the military press and then the pecs. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And if you think about your triceps here, you might even get some tricep work in here. 8. Shoulder blades down your back. 7, 6, 5, 4. Love this one. 3. Count the last ones. 2. All right, last one is slowest of all, right? And lift and release. Lean forward, release your weights to other side of your mat. Make your way through your lunge on the left and lower your back right knee. Tip your left thigh bone out to the left. Soften your chest, maybe come onto your forearms. Your hips should be really nice and pliable. Really nice and elastic. And all the way back. And our last bicep on the left. So you're going to want a heavier weight, whatever that is for you. I might take a 10. Let's see. Remember, where's your elbow? Not on top, inside. Your arm is long, and you lift. Now, if you're moving like this, if you're moving your body, take a lighter weight, okay? Squeeze. Squeeze. Good, squeeze. Eight. 7. Exhale. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Now halfway, guys. Remember, we're going to keep that bicep fired up. And squeeze, little squeezes. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Good. Woo! I feel that. And carefully remove it. Now take your hands to the mat. Lift the back right knee and step your right foot way wide to the left. We're preparing for yoga squat. Now we're going to come into a yoga squat. Oh yeah. Take a breath or two here. Oh my God, so much different than when we started, isn't it? And then come onto your bum. Make sure you know where your weights are. Reminds me of that commercial. Remember, do you know where your children are? I'm dating myself. Okay, yes. Take your right hand out to the right, but I want you on your fingertips, like you're making a teepee, a tent out of your hand, and you're going to press your fingerprints down to the right side of your body, all the way to the right. Take your left hand over to your right, towards your right ear, and you're going to dip your head to the left. And now you're going to resist your head into your hand into your head, and reach all the way to the right, getting a huge stretch in the right side of your neck. Good. And take some big, full breaths here. Mm-hmm. And all the way back to center. Let's do the other side. Left fingertips. Right hand. Left ear. Dip your head first. And now find the resistance. Your head is lifting up into your hand, but your hand says, I'm going to hold you there. You're going to reach right into the left hand. You're going to feel a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Close your eyes and breathe into it. Mm-hmm. And all the way back up. Now you're going to take your hands behind your head with your elbows forward. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And imagine, you feel the little rounded space at the bottom of your skull. That's called your occiput. You're going to take your hands to that occiput and lift it up, and open your heart. Get a huge stretch in your chest and your shoulders. Keep your hands lifting up and your head pressing back. Big inhale. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. This should feel really nice. And release. Now you're going to stack your palms under your chin. Like there's a counter under your chin with your little girl. And you're going to take your chin to the counter. And you're going to press your chin down, but your hands are going to lift up. And you're going to bend, take your chin down and lift up. So you get a nice stretch in the back of your neck. Mm-hmm. Big breath here. You did a lot of work today in your upper body. I don't want to leave you with any tension. Really lower your chin, guys. And a big stretch in your upper back and the back of your neck. Good. And all the way back up. And come to lying on your back. Know where your weights are, please, guys. I know I say that a lot. We forget. Draw your knees to your chest. You can make some hip circles here. See if you need any release in your low back. Stay with that big Ujjayi breath. Take your arms to T. I like to move my bum to the left. And then drop your knees to the right. You can look over towards your left, but roll your ribs to the right first. And then you get a nice stretch, looking over your left shoulder if you like. Take a breath. Okay, now look forward, look up. Take your left arm all the way over to the right as if you're reaching past your right hand. Get a big stretch in your shoulder. Breathe into it. And then inhale all the way back up. Change sides. Move your hips to the right. Lift your knees and draw them to the left. Roll your rib cage to the right. Maybe you'll gaze to the right just for a breath or two. Bringing everything out. Imagine you are squeezing your lungs, you're squeezing your kidneys, your liver. And as you breathe fresh prana, you're freshening it up. Then take your right arm up and over your body, reach to the left as if you're reaching beyond your left fingertips. Good. Come all the way back up. Big inhale. Now take your feet to the floor, lift your bum, reach your bum forward, release your hips. I like to shake them out a little bit. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your bum, shake the booty. Take your palms up beside you. Inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Release your legs right into a Shavasana. And take a lovely little rest here. Not too long. But allow yourself to be dead weight into the earth. Allow all the work you did today to integrate itself into your body with an intention to be grateful. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Oh, all that range of motion that you have. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. And then make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. And bring your palms together to your heart center. So grateful for this moment, knowing that they are limited and having a higher appreciation of our lives, of each other, and grateful that we have each other to support ourselves. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the recording.